Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. Everyone is finally starting to withdraw their money, and the reason why is because check this out, when Moon withdrew my XRP from Kraken, you guys were right. Hello, Justin regulator files suit against crypto exchange Kraken. No cryptocurrency exchange, and no cryptocurrency company is secure out there. Everything is vulnerable until the restrictions of Vince's framework are in place. Therefore, this is simply another warning that the crypto crash is almost here, right guys? The stock market has been experiencing a bull run recently, and now it appears to be nearing the point of collapse, when things will likely crash. This is quite intriguing, guys, and I don't see why there is on Twitter about protecting Tor. This is unbelievable, everyone. Finally, we're off. Who says anything now, guys? Rest assured, we have already warned you about the risks associated with these cryptocurrency exchanges. Just in case. Would you prefer to drift off to sleep peacefully or worry excessively? Am I correct? Why? Because I literally wouldn't be able to sleep if I let a large portion of my portfolio ride on an exchange and those folks. Am I correct? Due to the sum of these ideas. Because of this, I have most of my holdings in cold storage, is that correct? My holdings on exchanges are little in comparison to my overall portfolio. After that, the ACSSEC will likely charge the platform with acting as an unlicensed broker-dealer and clearing agency for cryptocurrency and crack. Today, the charges and lawsuit were revealed in a press release by the Commission. I see. It states that this is the case since at least September 20, 2018. According to the SEC, Kraken has illegally profited hundreds of millions of dollars by facilitating the purchase and sale of crypto asset securities. Holy cow! I am astounded. Accordingly, we assert that Kraken knowingly chose to avoid complying with securities regulations in order to profit hundreds of millions of dollars from investors. Investors' money is at danger because of that decision, which led to a model business model full with conflicts of interest. Am I correct? Holy cow, do you recall which FTX it is? All these crypto exchange guys are apparently involved in a lot of dubious stuff right now, isn't that accurate? Additionally, we will be discussing bias in this context shortly. Oh, wait a second. We witness this kind of decision all too frequently in space, with Kraken opting for illegal profits over investor protection. Along with holding Kraken to account for his wrongdoing, we are making our voices heard today to demand compliance from others. I see. As a result, I am confused as to how and why the SEC is involved. Everything is terrible here. The villain here is on the right. Despite possibly taking the incorrect approach, the SEC is sincere in its efforts to impose rules on the financial industry. Am I correct? They may have found a more efficient method, but would you prefer to be taken advantage of? If you invest in FTX and then go bankrupt, what will happen to your money? On the other hand, are you interested in industry-wide regulations? Am I correct? Additionally, if you all come over here, you should see what Attorney Jeremy has to say. It seems that the $30 million per second that a SEC made from cracking in February wasn't sufficient. Holy cow! Another lawsuit was necessary. After a while, everyone starts to feel safe again. Now take a look at this. Now things start to become interesting. Guess which cryptocurrency isn't on the list of suspected securities? That's right, it isn't. This is unbelievable to me. Listen up, guys, I'm about to spill the beans on what this whole thing implies. The storyline is already in motion. Many of the digital assets traded on Kraken are actually securities. Once more, 13. Several crypto assets, securities, or investment contracts represented by the underlying crypto asset have been made accessible for trading by Kraken during the relevant period. Crypto assets trading under C symbols, as well as others that have been the target of previous SEC enforcement actions due to their position as crypto asset securities, are now available for trading on Kraken. ADA wildcard, huh? Indeed, a tool. John Hoskinson recalled that he was betraying the XRP community, I'm not sure what happened next. That might be X infinity, you guys. I'm uncertain. Adam, I'll go see CHC, run, ICP mana, located close to me, my. Solana also spoke. There has been a lot of pumping. Numerous escalators, major currencies, are available. Perhaps a handful of Queensland utility workers who allegedly engaged in illegal activities against other unregistered intermediates include, second versus the Bitrix. Are you kidding me? I didn't see any coins missing from that list. Ripple is not a publicly traded company. Right now? Can you guys spot any fish? Can you all perceive? Can you all perceive? What does it go by? The stage is set, you guys. Am I correct? Then what follows? Imagine a scenario where this coin is just like every other coin in circulation during a bull market. However, there is one coin that is immune to all of the others, correct? They're probably going to send XRP story to a place where it will explode in value, right? Furthermore, they have not purchased broad claims against these tokens, which prevents them from defending themselves, and these tokens are securities. I see. What a disgusting strategy. I don't know what you're thinking, guys. I am uncertain. Despite this, and this is the story, people are now mad at the SEC, in my opinion. Okay? The SEC is actually on its own hero's journey at this point, isn't it? It faces many challenges, hates many people, and endures many things before becoming the quote-unquote hero. Why? Because, in the end, they will become the hero, at least according to my belief in God. Can you believe that 90% of you fell for the con? No, it's not just you. The whole cryptocurrency business is vulnerable to a collapse if all these escalating admin points fail at the same time. As FTX stands alone among the other collapsed exchanges, you won't be able to recoup your losses, will you? Well, here we go with the problem, reaction, and solution, rebel treat, and here is where banks and regulations come in as the rescuers. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. The same goes for these custody solutions. If you use Medico right, you'll be protected, for example. In this article, we will go over some ways to recognize crypto giveaway scams, such as the current uptick in deep fakes, and how to protect yourself and your money from them. Guys, you have to be extra cautious these days, huh? Due to the ubiquitous nature of these adverts on YouTube and Twitter, correct? Watch out for this situation. Alright, I'll just add one thing, be really careful with exchanges and the main points of currency. Hey, you never know, do you? Because that bull run is simply going to get hotter from here. The fourth level will feature the ballistic dudes. Alright, everyone? You might see Scarman 6 if you break. A criminal case might be resolved with $4 billion from BNews. Holy cow! $4 billion. His claim that he bought Ripple for $1.30 USD is completely absurd, and BNews is 4 times worse. $1.3 billion unregistered security selling right. At $4 billion, it's essentially 4 times worse than what they were before, or they're just not human. Am I correct? As we can see, they're trying to raise $1 billion, so I don't understand why. I told you guys it would be so easy, and now they're finally getting there, so we can put this case to rest. All this stuff is helping them out. It's like getting money for nothing. As if it's negligible, you people. I see. Along with it, there are the cryptocurrency exchanges. These projects must all be in accordance. It won't benefit them if they don't. Am I correct? There will be a lot of animosity, and that will hurt his credibility, but in the end, it will all be worth it. Consequently, the monies are being sought by the NAC U.S. Department of Justice as an integral component of a proposed resolution. Oh my, the Department of Justice is already on the case. I warned you about the Department of Justice, now you're facing charges related to your soft costs, and the situation is significantly worse because to Nance's involvement. All of this has been going on with BNews, hasn't it? It seems like the DOJ is considering bringing fraud charges against the cryptocurrency exchange. Amidst all the recent events, there has been a significant amount of money laundering and siphoning. What else is going on with T financing? As far as anyone can tell, CZ is currently supposed to be in the UAE. He is allegedly on the run right now. Do you think he will be making an appearance in the US? They certainly won't want anyone to see them there, dudes. Am I correct? Not to add that all of their meetings take place online. Level up, dudes. Here we are, at last. Keep in mind that CZ informed you that, thanks to $4 billion in predictive programming, they always provide you warnings before it happens. Curious, isn't it? Just by chance. The main issue with binary settlement is that BNews would need to consent to supervision because they will no longer be able to use bonuses for illicit activities, including as money laundering, manipulating markets, or pumping and dumping coins. Very much so. There's a problem with that. Therefore, if they are willing to spend $4 billion to essentially become that exchange, they will become that exchange. It would be more efficient for them to just copy and paste all of the trading engine's search terms, replace them, and start over with a fresh set of parameters. Very much so. So, ditch Binance and launch your own ship. I failed to read the entire article the first time around. However, I am currently reading aloud to you all. All they would have to do is launch a new exchange with different names, logos, and everything else, right? It's the same old story. This is the simplest and funniest thing to do, and it keeps happening. If a new chain can be had for less than or even free, there's no reason to shell out $4 billion. Will a brand new S-coin suffice to cover the costs? It takes years for justice to catch up, and all the criminals wanted to pay for it. $100 million was paid by BitMEX. Plead guilty. Arthur Hayes and his friends were ordered to pay $10 million apiece and flown to Macy's. Holy cow! When BNews' entity was fined $4 billion, he was placed under house arrest. What is the total cost for CZ and his friends? At the same period, there were 4 billion men, which is 40 times more than 100 million. I see. This means that CZ will have to pay $400 million out of his own pocket, with his pals or anyone else participating in the plan having to chip in around the same amount. This Arthur Hayes event, if it continues in that vein, must now come to an end. That is correct, the identical strategy or timetable. I thought CZ was going to admit guilt at Macy's America now, wasn't she? Who will he recruit, anyway? Still more questions than answers? Very much so. There's nothing complicated about it. Out of nowhere, we have $4 billion in the bank. In other words, they do go USCT. ACS government accepts $4 billion and X payment for the find. They won't write interesting finance reports, that's for sure. How can truthers react to that? 3.9% of all USDT is in transit. Holy cow! Did you all agree on that? This is, like, the most bizarre world imaginable. This is the plan, and it has been finalized. BNews will follow BitMEX's fate and become irrelevant unless CZ pays the $4 billion, or whatever amount they agree upon, fee, so the DOJ is essentially throwing a bone to him. Am I correct? I mean, something is going to happen soon, guys, unless the DOJ pulls a fast one. Are you prepared? Finally, our last product from Pear Capital Binance is bnews.com Solvent Gauze 5050 Acid. It's all over today. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.